Health anxiety is a really, really weird thing. It's something that I never really had earlier in my life. If I got hurt in my mind, things would get better, and it was never always the worst case scenario. It was never that doom and gloom that whatever it was something horrible. Like today, like right here on my nose, I have this blemish that started coming in, I don't know, like a week or so ago, and I know it's from these sunglasses. Like, logically, I know it's because I wore these, my face was oily, caused this blemish. But in my mind, it's like, oh, this is skin cancer. So then I start researching various photos of comparing blemishes to skin cancer. And, this spot that I have doesn't fit any description whatsoever of what skin cancer would exhibit. But still, in the back of my head, the not so logical part of my head, that's what I think. It's, if I get a headache for too long, I know that there's stress and tension headaches. I know that they come from tension in my neck muscles, but it literally sometimes just feels like my head's going to explode. And of course, what does my anxiety do? It has to be that good friend that plays the devil's advocate and says, well, what if this isn't due to stress and tension? What if this is it? I can't tell you how much time and money and energy that I spent during COVID going to doctors. See, all this started in like 2018 when I had my first ever panic attack and I thought I was having a heart attack, and I went to the emergency room, was released, it wasn't given much information, and then like 3 days later, I'm back in there again. And it was at that time, the second time, that they told me that they believed that I had generalized anxiety disorder and that, I was having a panic attack, and it wasn't actually, a heart attack or anything. But it's wild. Like, if you've never experienced this and you know somebody that does and talks about this all the time, like, just be patient with them and understand that, we don't want to feel this way. We know the logical truth, but it's so hard to accept. It's hard to tell the difference between what's real and between what's not. And a lot of times we know the difference, but we don't feel it. And if you don't feel it, it doesn't really mean anything, right? It doesn't matter if you know something if you don't feel it or believe it. That's what really matters. So, it's one of those things. It's tough, but you can get through it, and everything's going to be okay.